If you want to know where your ego lives, start a business. Your fear of being seen, your craving for approval, your discomfort with asking for money, your instinct to shapeshift into what the market wants, it all surfaces. Not to shame you, but to show you exactly where you're still outsourcing your worth. When I first started working for myself, I thought the hard part would be execution. What to charge, what to offer, how to sell. But the real challenge, sending the invoice without following up with a paragraph about how grateful I was to be considered. It was pricing my time without tying it to how exhausted that I felt. It was trusting that I didn't need to twist myself into a palatable version of me to get hired. And then I started to notice the pattern. Every time I felt unclear or stuck, it wasn't a tactical problem. It was energetic. I'd been trying to build a business that felt true while still performing my way into someone else's approval. And business doesn't let you do that for long. I'd been unconsciously building a business where I was still performing value instead of trusting that I already had it. And every time that I ignored that misalignment, my body told me. I got anxious, tense, resentful, even when the contract looked great on paper. Because it wasn't about the contract. It was about how much of myself I had to hide to keep it. Business doesn't just reveal your genius. It reveals your ego and that part of you that wants to feel in control. It wants the plan, the praise, the proof that says, once I get to X, then I'll feel safe. But business, when it's done with integrity, won't let that last. Because building something that requires you to get honest about how you chase safety, in structure, in productivity, in branding, and then asks, can you stay with yourself when none of those things work? There was a moment, mid-project, stretched way too thin, where a client asked me to join a team meeting. No context, no clarity. And for years, I would have done it. I would have hopped on, translated the tension, smiled, and performed it with ease. But this time I didn't. Not because I was angry, because I finally had enough awareness to ask, is this aligned or is this just defaulting to being agreeable? And that's when I knew my business wasn't just a service. It was a mirror. So if you're building something right now, pause and ask, is this strategy aligned or is it just familiar? Am I designing this for people who truly see me or people that I'm still trying to win over? Where does my ego still want control, perfection, certainty? And where is the real invitation to surrender? Because your business will teach you everything you still believe you need to prove, if you let it. That's why I started Field Notes from the work and the wild. Not to celebrate the polished launches, but to name the quiet moments of realignment. The ones where you stop performing, you stop forcing, and you finally feel the shift. This is business as a spiritual practice, where your nervous system, your energy, and your boundaries are the strategy. And the more you trust your inner compass, the more the work begins to work on you. So let's keep building from there.